What it is, guys, it's Shidano. We're back at again with another review, and this one is for Nobunaga's Ambition Awakening. Nobunaga's Ambition in Awakening is made by Koei Tecmo, and they gave me a copy of the game before the game released, so it's got an embargo on it, and as of recording the content for this, the game hadn't released. Just making that abundantly clear for you. The accessibility features in this game aren't really accessibility features, they're just difficulty features. They don't have any colorblind or anything like that. It doesn't really have that because of the style of game it is. Now, I would have preferred if the game had colorblind, but it doesn't. But it's a thing with a lot of games from specific developers. They don't really focus on accessibility stuff. Koei Tecmo don't, and a couple of others are slow to adopt it, but it happens, and accessibility is going to be getting better throughout the years. Hopefully more and more developers will adopt it sooner rather than later. That being said, the difficulty scaler in this one is very useful. I was playing around with it, and yeah, I show off that I did some weird custom tweaking just for the thought of this video. I wanted to make sure that people could see that you can make it as easy or as difficult as you want it to. It's got loads of different helps and aids that will help you. You can set historical lifespan, so given the fact this game is set in Japan, and it is in the time of Oda Nobunaga's reign and stuff like that, when he did rise to power and try to do all the amazing things he did for Japan. It's basically, it's set in the Japanese time period where you are aware of like specific characters and how they would live and die and stuff like that. So the best way to describe this game is it allows for cool customization. The fact that you can make custom officers, I do think that that's really, really cool, and I think that that is probably something that will appeal to a lot of people, because you could make your own specific characters and inject them into history, and you can make them all these different stations and their origins and talents, and you can get really in depth with it, decide their religion and whether you want them to be a progressive character or a reserved character, or if you want them to be a character who will betray people and be a ninja or whatever you want them to be. It's actually really, really in depth in that mindset. You could do a lot of work to create them, even down to their naming them. I do actually name mine, and I know that some people will go, "Oh, Grim, you big weeb," of the character name that I gave it, but it was just for the purpose of this video, so I don't actually do anything with them. We're just fiddling around with stats and making him kind of OP in every area except for one. I was like making it seem how OP you can make him, and I was making it so you could play around with it and decide what you wanted to do with them, and you can do all these different traits and really get in depth with how the character works. And that comes down to the fact that in this game you have some really cool key features that are in the game, because you can interact with the retainers that you have within the game, and you can develop the interactional relationship between the different retainers and make sure you can learn more about them, use their strengths to make your empire greater, or maybe even they could use their powers to kind of sabotage your growing empire and then usurp you and stuff like that. It gets really interesting when you think about it and the amount of things you can do, and that's definitely down to the custom officer. I feel that it's really allowed for a lot of ways to create a custom experience within Japan, especially in this period of samurais and ninjas and upheaval and all these different territories and how they changed and moved and flowed throughout the history. It's a lot of fun, and I know that this isn't going to be a game that everyone's going to like, because it may not be their style of game, but this game is very indicative of games like Civilization and Universalis and all these other different world-based tactical strategy games, but it's very focused on that one area of Japan. and a specific timeline, and it's a really nice place to experience and play through. So in regards to player recommendations, this one's going to be very small. It's aimed at people who like this style of game basically, or who like Japanese history. It is definitely a game that requires a lot of concentration. Now, I don't think it would be an easy game to stream, but I do believe that some people could create streams or content around it more than what I've just done here. I do believe it does have a lot of untapped potential and could be very interesting. Now, that being said, it is always subjective, and the gameplay features are very interesting. I feel that the fact that you can interact with the different retainers you have, target other clans, issue policies, help them to grow, appoint council officials among their retainers, create magistrates, and all these different things throughout the different clans that there were, and the different feudal lords, and there's a lot of things that you can do, and I feel like it has a lot of intrigue and fun to add to the depth of the game. And I feel that gameplay, given the fact that it's Sengoku era, it's a lot of fun, and it's definitely interesting for you to experience it. I did skip a lot through a lot of the talking for the purpose of the video. There is a lot of talking that goes on, and it's all in English, so you can enjoy it. You don't have to read all the subtitles. So it actually does have voiceover in English, interface in English, and subtitles in English. And the game releases on July 20th. You guys have got that to look forward to, and it will be on the Nintendo Switch, the PlayStation 4 and 5, and the Windows PC via Steam. And it's made by Koei Tecmo, and they've done a really good job of it. I do believe that they've really pulled out all the stops to try and make this the best experience that they could. I like the fact that you've got the different battles and the sieges, and you can really get engrossed in it, and you can experience so much within the world, and there's a lot that you can get in there in the minutiae of it, and take so much control of growing a different clan and making that clan become the big one that takes over the whole of Japan. But in my final thoughts, it's definitely a game that is hyper focused at a specific timeline and a specific era. As it says there, it's a historical simulation series, and they do allow you to have your own fun, given the fact that you can keep characters alive for as long as they can. It's definitely one where you can decide whether they live through battle and stuff like that, or they die at their pre-appointed age in the timeline. It adds for a lot of fun, because imagine if Oda Nobunaga lived to be in the ripe old age of 100. I wonder how he would have changed the world of Japan. And it's definitely one that I feel adds a lot of scope for people to enjoy. And again, as it says there, it's the 40th anniversary of Nobunaga, so of the Nobunaga series. So it's definitely one that adds a lot of fun and appeal, and there's definitely a fan base that's been loyal to this game for so long, because they just keep making them, and it's such an amazing series. I definitely feel like the fact that you can romance the maidens and stuff like that, it's definitely very interesting, and it has a lot of appeal, and probably people will enjoy it very much and have a lot of fun with it. But that's my opinion. I feel like it has a lot of potential, but ultimately it comes down to the person who plays it. So thank you for checking out this review. Thank you for checking out the channel. If you haven't already subscribed, don't forget to hit the like button and comment, and let me know what you thought of the review, because I'd love to know what you guys think. And thank you to Koei Tecmo for giving me a copy of the game to review and letting me have early access to the game. As always, guys, thank you for watching, and remember to be safe, be well, have fun gaming, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.